Hey there, welcome to Consult the Blind Guy. In today's episode, we're going to cover 10 crazy and common questions people ask the blind and visually impaired. If you're new here, thanks for watching. If you're a subscriber, welcome back, and thanks for watching also.
Disappointed by reality, trying to come back, start something new, build up yourself, it's all to you. Stay strong no matter what they say, you keep getting better every day. Hold your head up, never gonna stop, fears and proud, stand up and shout. Stand my ground.
Hey there, in today's episode, we're going to cover 10 common crazy questions that people ask the blind and visually impaired. Number 1. If you're blind, why do you need a light on? Well, to put it pretty simple, even though we may be blind, we're 80% of the blind community is actually legally blind and has some sensation of vision. Whether it's just light perception or silhouetting or colors or tunnel vision, it's a spectrum, so we all have the joy of using lights in some cases in a multitude to make it bright enough for us to see things, or in some cases they will use less light because they have light sensitivity, in which case they are able to see better in low light rather than brightness. And then you have those who are 100% blind, completely blind, and do not use lights at all. Number 2. What do you think of when you hear the term steamroller or paint roller? First thought of steamroller would be something rolling or twisting steam. It would have to be, you would assume anyway, for simplicity. And paint roller would seem like something simple as well. I of course know what these items are. I'm just saying for a perspective thought of what would I think of without knowing what they are. Paint roller would most likely be something that would be easy to put in paint and then roll. Not necessarily with a handle, but get the job done anyway. Number 3. Why did or why do you date sighted people? Everybody in the blind community, visual impaired community, just like the sighted community, has their own preference of what they find attractive, what they don't find attractive. I think that we as visually impaired people occasionally date the sighted people because of the benefit of them having sight. Them having sight gives us the ability to not have to rely so much on the modern technology of screen readers and Be My Eyes and everything else that we have coming out these days, plus the benefit of having a companion, of course. Would you date or marry another blind person? Yes, that wouldn't matter to me whether somebody was blind or not. The main thing is, how are we compatible? Do we like the same things? Do we not like the same things? It's no different than being a sighted person. We still have the same criterias. Why do the blind have so many cane tips that look different? Well, the simplest explanation would be each different cane tip has a different way of providing a feedback for us to be able to navigate. Whether it's a roller that stays on the ground the whole time and rolls back and forth pretty easily and gliding, and it gives an audio as well as a sensation of feeling the hand, whether you're on cement or dirt or a smooth surface or grass. Then you have some that are like snowball looking, where they're about 2-3 inches around or so, and those are to make it so that it's easier for the person who is using the cane to be able to differentiate the size of objects and stuff like that. Just like the roller, it also provides a different sensation of feel and sound. It all depends on the person's preference in where they're going to be using it. There's also metal ones that have a more unique noise and are a little bit more durable and in some cases more difficult to use as well. But like I said, it all depends on the person and their cane and what kind of feedback they want from their cane, whether it's just an audio feedback or it's an audio and sensation of feel feedback. What is your cane made of? As far as I know, all the canes that I've had are made out of aluminum. They also have a stretch cord on the inside, and that's how they are put together to be able to fold. Why don't you have a guide dog? I myself, as I've said in previous videos, I don't have a guide dog because I don't know when the appropriate time is to get a guide dog, and I don't know how about going to get one to begin with. That's something I'm actually going to be researching in the near future, so thank you for the question. Why do the blind have such big dark glasses? I'm assuming that you're talking about the sunglasses, as I mentioned before, and this is because the sunglasses provide a nice shield around the top of the eyebrow as well as around by the temple to be able to block out all the light. As you can see here, if I put my hands over my head like this, my face is now darkened. Now it's the same concept. If you just do your fingers there, you notice that it will block out that little bit of light right at your brim of your eyebrows. That wraparound in the darkness is to make it as comfortable on our eyes as possible for those of us who have light sensitivity, because the littlest bit of bright light when you're trying to look at something can cause a very big distraction from what you're trying to focus on, as well as pain in the eyes, and it's not comfortable. Better to have sunglasses on, be able to see what little bit you might be able to see, and protect your eyes from further damage. Okay, this one I kind of took 3 of them and I put them together because they're all pretty much the same thing. Why don't you work? Don't you want to work? And why can't you work? Put it simply, there's a lot of us in the blind and visually impaired community who would enjoy and love to be able to work. Unfortunately, our society, the way that it is, we do not get hired 9 chances out of 10 for the jobs that we do apply for because of our visual impairment. This has been a noted fact among Fortune 500 companies, among others. If you'd like to know more about that, you might actually want to check out Molly Burke's channel and see her video, which I will link up here, so you can see exactly what I'm talking about. I will also link it down in the description below. Now, I'd like to take this opportunity and ask you a couple questions, if you don't mind. Are you visually impaired? If so, from what? If you don't mind me asking, and please comment down below so I know if you're visually impaired and what your eye condition is. It would be greatly appreciated. This will help me with future content. If you answered no, you are not visually impaired, do you know somebody who is visually impaired or blind? Comment down below, yes or no. This feedback will help me out greatly to help create more content in the future. I hope you liked this episode. Thanks again for watching Consult a Blind Guy. Don't forget to subscribe. Hit the bell icon so you can stay updated on the latest videos and more. If you're a subscriber, thanks again for coming back. I hope you liked this episode. Don't forget to comment down below with those answers, and we'll see you next time.